In this video, we will discuss about formatting the string using in different ways for a better presentation of the output. We can format a string in multiple ways. Let's discuss the first way of formatting using the format method. The syntax for the format method is string name.format followed by the names of variables to substitute in parentheses. Based on the variable names provided, the format method formats the specified values and insert them inside the string's placeholder. The string placeholder can be identified in 3 different ways. First, by using named indexes with the variable name in curly braces. For example, in the string we are passing the named index as name and name whose corresponding values needs to be taken from format method and substituted accordingly in the string. Secondly, using numbered indexes where we specify the numbers inside the braces. The value specified inside the format method has starting index of 0, with an increment of 1. So Brian is at index 0 and Han is at index 1. Depending on the requirement, we can specify the index number wherever we want to concat in the string, and according it gets updated. Thirdly, or even put empty placeholders without specifying the index numbers. In such case, the values are substituted in order. Means Brian will go to the first placeholder and Han will go to the second placeholder. We don't have the choice of moving the values randomly as we did using the first 2 approaches. We can also format the strings using string literals, called f-strings. We have to prefix the string with the letter F to create an f-string. It's nearly similar to the format method, much the same way that we would with string.format method. F-strings are faster and better than both %s formatting and string.format method. For example, in the print statement before starting the string, letter F is added where the name and name are pre-declared variables, whose values get substituted in the string. Formatting with %operator. The %operator can also be used to format the strings. The % is also known as the string formatting operator. Depending on the data type of the string that we want to replace, we can use the below literals with the %operator. S for string. D for integers. F for floating point numbers. And B for binary numbers. For example, 2 variables are declared. B with a string value as world, and variable C with an integer value 5. The first print uses %s as we want to substitute the string value world. The second print again uses %s as we want to substitute the static string value py. The third print uses %d as we want to substitute a static value 5. The fourth print again uses %d as we want to substitute the integer variable c with value as 5. Let's test the string format using a program. First, we will test using the named indexes. A variable x is initialized with a string value with name and name in curly brackets. The name and name represents the named index. It is followed by the format method followed by the value of fname and lname separated by comma in parenthesis. The values for the variables fname and lname will be substituted in the string. Once executed, we can see that the values have been placed correctly in the string. Fname is replaced by Brian and lname is replaced by Han. Second way is by using numbered index, where we specify index numbers starting from 0 instead of the named indexes. A variable x is initialized with a string value including numbers 0 and 1 in curly brackets. The numbers 0 and 1 represents the numbered index. It is followed by the format method followed by the two values as Brian and Han separated by comma in parenthesis. Here Brian represents index 0 and Han represents index 1. These string values will be substituted in the string accordingly. Another variable y is initialized just to show that we can use the index numbers in any way, and not necessarily in ascending order. First index 1 is used and then index 0. Depending on the requirements, we can add the index anywhere in the string. Once executed, we can see that the values have been placed correctly in both the strings x and y. Number 0 is replaced by Brian and number 1 is replaced by Han. Now we will test the format method using empty placeholders. Copying the variables x and y, we will make some changes to it. The numbered indexes are removed from both the strings to make it empty placeholders. When we use empty placeholder, the string is substituted in the empty placeholder as per the declaration. This means that Brian will replace the first empty placeholder and Han will replace the second empty placeholder. This will not work for the second variable y, as last name needs to come first and first name in last empty placeholder. So, we will need to flip the order of the string in the format method. The string Han is added first and then the string Brian. Once executed, we can see that the values have been placed correctly in both the string x and y correctly. For variable x, first empty placeholder is replaced by Brian and second empty placeholder is replaced by Han. And for variable y, first empty placeholder is replaced by Han and second empty placeholder is replaced by Brian. Next, we will test the string format using the f string. When we use the f strings, then we need to declare and initialize the variables in advance before using. Two string variables are created as fname and lname and assigned value as Brian and Han respectively. Two integer variables are created as n1 and n2 and assigned value as 10 and 20 respectively. Variable x is assigned values in parenthesis, which is optional. Followed by f string followed by string in double quotes, which includes the string named indexed in placeholders at the appropriate location, where the substitution is required. Variable y is assigned values in parenthesis, which is optional. Followed by f string followed by string in double quotes, which includes the integer named indexed in placeholders. Once executed, we can see that the values have been substituted in both the print statements correctly for string and number variables. Lastly, we will test the string format using the percentage operator. First print statement uses the string hello followed by space and %s. %s is used because we want to replace the %s with a string value. After the string again percentage symbol is used followed by the name of the variable that needs to be formatted or placed in the string. The second print is also similar. There are two differences. The first is that there are two spaces after the word hello, and second difference is that instead of using the variable, we are directly hard-coding the value that needs to be replaced. Once executed, we can see the values have been replaced correctly. Brian has been substituted at %s, making the string as hello Brian. Similarly, the static string is appended after the string hello. The same steps are repeated, but this time instead of %s we are using %d, as we want to substitute the integer this time instead of strings. The first print uses the variable n1 and second print uses hard-coded value as 123. Once executed, we can see the values have been replaced correctly. N1 is replaced with 10, making the string as hello 10. Similarly, the static number is appended after the string hello, making it as hello 123. So, these are the different ways in which we can format the strings in Python.